Welcome to Skip Lewis Field here at Durfee High School. It's Big 3 baseball action with the Hilltoppers hosting the New Bedford Whalers. Should be a great game. It was a one-run game, a walk-off in New Bedford. The Whalers took that one from Durfee about a week ago. Hilltoppers hoping to return the favor on their home field. Evan Massu joined by Durfee Athletic Director Brad Buston for today's game. Brad, great to have you along for a broadcast finally.
Glad to be here. Yeah, this is fun.
Should be a good matchup. Again, these are, a close game that first time out on the road, and we know Durfee's got the talent, but some of these one-run losses have really hurt them in the overall standings.
Yeah, that was a good game. I was at that game, and New Bedford got a great pitching performance from Xavier Dominguez, and he's a left-hander that throws a lot of strikes, and he's always around the plate. And he pitched against Brockton on Tuesday, and he beat Brockton 2-1. So he's a good pitcher, and he keeps them in the game. And I guess against Brockton, he also got the winning hit too. So he's I would have to say that he's been their most valuable player so far.
Yeah, and so for the good news for the Hilltoppers is that given that he pitched 2 days ago, he is not starting this one for New Bedford. So Durfee going to get a break from Dominguez. He'll be in center field. He will not be on the mound. Let's take a look at the visiting Whalers starting lineup. They come in at 3-8 overall, 2-1 in the Big 3. They could theoretically wrap it up today. So Durfee trying to stave off that as well. Leading off for the Whalers is the catcher C.J. Dunstan. Really been a catalyst for the team, according to Coach Seed. Tommy Lambert on the hill for the Hilltoppers. Their ace looking to get things going here. And first pitch swinging, grounder to Ladera at second, and one pitch out. Gotta like that start.
Yeah, that's a good start. He's trying to get ahead with a fastball right there, and I think New Bedford's going to come up there swinging because I think they know that Tommy's a pretty good pitcher. So I think they're going to try to get the fastball when they can.
Next up at the plate, number 18, Manny Cardona, the shortstop. He'll be followed by the second baseman, Will Santiago, number 9. Xavier Dominguez, we mentioned, he's the center fielder today in the cleanup spot. He'll be followed by left fielder Dean Silvera. Batting 6th, the DH Ben Moranis, number 15, followed by the third baseman Frantic Jamie. Number 8 in the lineup is Roberto De Jesus, and in the 9 spot, the right fielder Isaiah Robertson. 2-1 the count to the hitter. Lambert working quickly, gotta love that. His defense behind him, 2-0 rather. So falling behind in the count. That one in there for a called strike, 2-1. His defense behind him in the outfield, we have Braden Buston, Matt Saunders, and Remy Dumont left to right. In the infield, Ishmael Moreno, Ethan Ferreira at short, Nate Ladera at second, and Curtis Perry at first. Zach Souza doing the catching for Tommy Lambert. It is a 3-1 count to Cardona. Lambert in danger of losing him. Swung on, driven to left center. Saunders tracking it, and he's there for the out. You may notice the temporary fence there in left field, and that's because, unfortunately, we know Skip Lewis Field prone to water in left field, and boy, we've had enough rain to last us a couple months, Brad.
yeah, we didn't want to not have the game because of a little bit of water in left field, so it's probably in about 15 feet, 15, 20 feet, so. Still a pretty good poke to get it out of there.
And it's kind of been commonplace. We've seen that fence be used a few years in a row now. I mean, it gets really damp out there towards the woods.
Yeah, and usually about mid-May it'll start to dry up, and hopefully we can get rid of that temporary fence.
Yeah, this is a pretty big field for high school baseball. I mean, the deepest part, it's kind of a Fenway triangle almost to right center, 395. I mean, that's not bad. That's respectable. On a line, one hopper to second. Oh, he caught it in the air, so a line out to second, and Tommy Lambert with a 1-2-3. Top of the first. Gotta like that. It's a great start for Durfee.
Yeah, he threw a lot of strikes, and it looks like he was going right at him, so he's got defense behind him. He'll be all right.
Last time we saw Tommy was the South Semis in the playoffs. They're up in Quincy, which was one heck of a game. That was Wellesley, right? That was Wellesley, I believe, we faced, the Raiders.
Yes, yep.
That was really a crazy game, and a game with a lot of drama that many thought Durfee might have gotten robbed on a few calls. Tommy started that game, and it had a pretty good performance. There were a few walks in that game. I think that some of them came back to bite him, but he had really good stuff in that one, a game that Durfee had in their hands, and unfortunately, Wellesley came back again. Couple tough calls at the plate. Remember that? Some real bang plays.
Could have gone either way.
Could have gone.
Unfortunately, we didn't get the call, but that was a great game. Tommy's a good pitcher. Tommy throws hard, and when he's not on, the ball will be up. Everything will be up. But when he is on, he gets the ball down. He's got a good curveball, and he's developed a changeup. So when he's throwing those 3 pitches for a strike, he's very, very tough to hit. And he's a battler too. He battles.
Oh yeah. All right, it's the end of the warm-up tosses for the starter of New Bedford, who is Nick Medeiros. So he'll be facing this Hilltopper lineup, and here it goes. Leading off, we have Matt Saunders, the center fielder. Brett Fonseca, the DH. Nate Ladera batting third. He's the second baseman. Zach Souza in the cleanup spot, the catcher, followed by Remy Dumont, the right fielder, who in the last game Durfee had was Saturday game against Case. Remy supplied the only run with a solo shot to left, a 1-0 complete game shutout for Ethan Ferreira last Saturday. That's the last time they played. Braden Buston, your son, in left field, batting 6th. Ishmael Moreno, the third baseman, bats 7th. Curtis Perry, batting 8th, the first baseman. And Ethan Ferreira, who we just mentioned, he plays short when he's not starting. He's in the number 9 hole, number 4. Saunders ahead 1-0 to begin the game. And back even now, 1-1. Saunders hitting .276 on the year, has 6 RBI. Still looking for the first home run.
And Matty's a base hit guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's got some good speed, and he's looking maybe to lay down a bunt there. That's a good idea. I like that. You know, the first baseman's playing back a little bit. If he can push it down that first base line, he probably beats it out. Yeah,
because second is kind of up the middle a little bit, popped up. Ranging back is Santiago. Coming in is the center fielder, Robertson. He makes the catch. So Saunders retired for out number 1 at the bottom of the first. And I'll bring up Brett Fonseca. Fonseca hitting .474 with an RBI.
Yeah, he's been hitting the ball really well this year.
And you look at some of these averages. You know, I mean, again, we're small sample size. Obviously, only been 9 games. Durfee's 5-4 coming in, 0-2 in the Big 3. But I mean, some of these guys really hitting the ball. It just seems like they're having trouble manufacturing the runs. That's shot out to right center, and it's going to fall in the gap.
Look, it gets through.
Oh, that's going all the way to the wall. Dominguez giving chase. And into second base with a stand-up double is Brett Fonseca, one that really could have been caught or at least been cut off for a single. So Fonseca getting the extra bag there.
Looks like there was some miscommunication between the right fielder and center fielder there.
I think so.
That's good. That's good. Good start right there. Get a double out of that. Now we got a guy in scoring position with less than 2 outs.
And it helps to got a lefty at the plate, so you look for Ladera to kind of hook one on the ground and get Fonseca over. If you can't get the base hit, at least do your job, move the runner over. Backdoor breaking ball looking good there. Maybe a little wide. But Ladera at the plate, 321, 4 RBI to his name. Souza on deck. Good curve, hooked it. And Jay Martin electing to let that one go.
Yeah, good move.
Our assistant coach and first base coach will let that one go by. So quickly 0-2 to Ladera. Medeiros with the pitch. Good curveball. That's down the line, just foul. As De Jesus gets it back to Medeiros, we'll do it again. Decent crowd on hand. We always get a good crowd here for the baseball games. I'm sure the fans are just as happy that there's finally playing some home games. A lot of road games to start it off. Check swing, close. Did he go? He did not.
That's good. That was close. That was really close. That was a nice pitch on that, on his part. It was a good pitch.
Well, it started him with 3 straight breaking balls, then went to the fastball there. So now 1-2 to Ladera. Upstairs, popped up, coming back, and off the snack shack.
I think he's definitely got him thinking up there. I think he was thinking curveball on that pitch right there, and I think he was lucky to get a piece of that fastball.
Yeah, definitely didn't get under it by much. No. Kind of a skimmer.
And there's the curveball right there. Yep.
That's a good call. Definitely outside, a little high.
Yeah.
But again, I like the idea. I'll tell you the check swing though. One way you can always tell is if you really break those wrists, the bat head moves across the plate, and he did a good job on that check swing. 2-2 upstairs, popped straight up. De Jesus coming in, tracking. Oh,
Called him off.
Yes,
yeah.
called him off. The second baseman, Santiago, called him off and took charge there. I thought for a minute it was going to fall. Oh.
Yeah, I thought the first baseman had that all the way. And
sure.
Then, yeah.
So back to second there. Fonseca holding at second base. Will bring up Zach Souza, 310, a home run, and 9 RBI to his credit, leading the team in RBI. Kind of get the feeling this is one of those games that Hilltopper is going to need to strike first and pad a few runs early. Give Tommy some breathing room early on. Don't play catch up in this game. You know the pressure that's on in this one.
Yeah, and it's always better to pitch with a lead, that's for sure.
Of course.
But, all year long, the Hilltoppers, they got to get their bats going a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Zach's going to get a steady dose of curveballs.
Yep, back-to-back curves to start it off. 1-1 count, fastball away, and he frames it. Nice framing from Dunston, and it's 1-2.
So, yeah, he's Nick Medeiros, he's going to get them thinking up there. They're thinking curveball, they get the fastball, and if he can keep that going, he'll be all right.
So he pitches fast as well. Yep. That is driven in the air, deep to left. Silvera giving chase.
Look at the wind.
Wind takes it out to center. Dominguez, it ended up pushing to center field. I mean, there's a considerable breeze from left to right. Zach Souza with a 2-run jack to center, 2-0 Hilltoppers.
And he got the curveball too, so that's a great job of hitting on a curveball.
Well, you know, before that playoff loss last year, Zach told me at Fred TV, he's one of our students, he says, I'm going to hit a home run. And I mentioned that over the air, and he did. He hit a 2-run shot. Here we go, our first baseball game on Fred this year. 2-run shot for Souza and a 2-0 Hilltoppers lead. Not too shabby.
Well, you were just
that's a big one.
You were just talking about pitching with the lead, and, and he responded.
He sure did. Here at game time, 63 degrees. It's turned mostly cloudy, and again, that breeze picking up here. So it was really nice this afternoon, but the sun heading back inside. Now 1-1 the count to Remy Dumont, the 5-hitter, coming on now. 2 out, nobody on after the Souza home run. That's a great piece of hitting there. I mean, you're not trying to do too much with it. You took the curveball. It's almost like I think he was sitting on it, to be honest with you. You got that one fastball, and he probably figured he's going to get another curve, and he waited on it. Really good balance.
Yeah,
and of course, the wind, I'm sure, did help a little bit.
A little bit, but he hit it well, and I think you're right. I think he was thinking curveball, and he got it.
I mean, that went into the trees. That's probably a 400-foot blast.
Yeah, that was a bomb.
That's a serious home run here. You don't see many dead center field.
No, not at all.
That's rope, left center. Dominguez giving chase. Silvera giving chase. Going to the temporary fence. Dumont with a tomahawk swing and a double standing. Toppers coming out hitting in the first.
Another good piece of hitting right there. Nice line drive and didn't try to do too much with it.
Took the upstairs fastball, got ahead of it, and drove it out to that gap. There was a lot of room out there. Noticing that Dominguez plays a little bit more towards right center, probably because it's a deeper part of the park. But that opens up that left center gap to the right-handed batters as Braden Buston steps in at 409, 2 RBI, the left fielder. Braden with a hack on the first pitch. Good swing.
Yeah, it's good to see him swinging at the first pitch.
That one downstairs. Good scoop from Dunston. Dumont will hold. No way to take third there. I remember interviewing Braden at one of Bucky's River City baseball camps. Going to check on the runner, and he just got back in time. Cheating in with Santiago. But I remember interviewing Braden, I think maybe 4 or 5 summers ago now. One of the first River City camps over the summer that I did, and I can't believe he's like already playing varsity ball. You must be, as a dad, you must be like, where did the time go, right?
Yeah, we started baseball when he was 4 years old, 4 or 5 years old. It's hard to believe he's 17.
Crazy, crazy. 2-1 to Braden. Chopper to the left side, and Coach Olmsnyder plays it nicely. High throw back to the pitcher. We'll give him a B+ for effort there.
I'm going to guess that he's going to get the curveball right here.
I think so.
Yeah.
2-2. There is the hook.
Yep,
and
he got it.
Waves and misses. Good inning for the Hilltoppers. Durfee grabs 2 on the Zach Souza home run with 2 down. It's 2-0 Durfee after 1. Second inning about to begin here at Skip Lewis Field. Hilltoppers with a 2-0 lead after one. So we talked about it. Now Tommy's got a lead to work with, Brad. Always what you want out of your leadoff batters and your top of the lineup when they get their first chance at a pitcher. Strike first and give your pitcher a lead.
Yeah, it's always good to pitch when you have a lead and you can go, attack hitters a little bit more and, get away with maybe a couple of mistakes here and there. But Tommy goes at hitters anyway, so.
That one downstairs, I think that might have been the changeup there. You mentioned he's added that to his arsenal. And, his curveball was always good. Fastballs got some good pop. But now if you can work in a changeup, I mean, that really changes things up, literally. Gives something totally different to look at, and it looks like a fastball. That's why Pedro was so dominant, in my opinion, Pedro Martinez.
It's all about the arm speed. And, if it looks like a fastball coming out of your hand, and that's what hitters are going to see.
Pop in the glove. That's strike one. So Xavier Dominguez at the plate, the cleanup hitter for New Bedford. 2-1 the count. We'll see 4, 5, and 6 in the lineup this go around. So the heart of the Whalers order for Coach Seed. Good hook in there for the strike. Beautiful backdoor curveball right there.
Yeah, he's got a nice 12-6 curveball, and it's a sharp and tight break to it.
Ed Silva and Mike Farman, the umpires for this afternoon's game. Lambert works it back to 2-2. Grounder right back past him, but Ladera ranging over. Nice play there. Solid D for the Hilltoppers. That's Ladera's third put out. Second ground ball, and he had the line drive out to end the first, so he's been busy.
Yeah, I think with the way Tommy throws, he throws kind of hard, so I think if the hitters are thinking curveball or changeup, and I think they're going to be a little bit late on the fastball all day.
Dean Silvera, the left fielder, stepping in for his first AB of the afternoon. Lambert's retired the first 4 Whalers. And he drops it in. That's great. If he does that all day, it could be a long afternoon for New Bedford.
Yeah, he gets ahead with that curveball, and then he's got the put-away curveball. So, if he can throw that and then get them thinking about something else, he's going to have them off balance. Back to back with it.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Beautiful. Lambert's record is 1-1. ERA 2.25 in 18 2/3 pitched. Got to probably bring down the walks a little bit. 9 walks, 18 strikeouts. So the strikeouts are on par as that's grounded at third to Moreno. Scoops it, fires onto first across the diamond.
He probably got away with one right there. I mean, that was a little bit too good on 2-0, but got the ground out to third. I think he was trying to go outside there. It looked like Zach Souza was set up outside, but looks like Tommy left it right down the middle.
He kind of, his arm, he kind of slings the pitches in. You get a lot of movement that way. So, you're right. Zach was set up outside. Who knows? Could have tailed back a little bit more than expected even, too, which helps with the ground ball. So you get that sinking action.
Yep.
So Ben Moranis stepping in. Moranis, rather. Excuse me. He's the DH this afternoon. Takes a pitch upstairs for ball 1. I have to say, too, Tommy always sports the socks. The socks. I always love that.
He likes the
I love when the baseball players wear the socks. I wish that the Red Sox and White Sox would wear them more often. I mean, if the team has socks in it, you want to see the socks.
looks like he's the only one that does it out there
I
right
think
now.
so.
Yeah.
2-0.
That's
in
a good
there.
pitch.
That's
nice
a
pitch.
great pitch. Inside corner spot in the fastball. Moranis waiting for a 2-1. Good hitters count. That one misses a little lower than the last one. A little inside, too.
You got a hitter's count right here. I mean, you should be thinking fastball and
probably drop the curveball in on him on 3-1 is my guess. No, upstairs, popped up. I lost it. Oh, going way behind us. Yeah. Way behind, to the roof. Nope. Close to the snack shack. There we go. Full count to Ben Moranis. If we get there, Frantic Jamie is on deck, the third baseman. Lambert would like to retire the Whalers in order here and put away the first 6. Work the count back full. There's the payoff to Moranis from Lambert. Fouled it back in towards the softball field. Staying alive. Should mention that unlike in past years, I know you and I talked about this during the week, is that we're playing 7, not the 9 that has been done in the past, which, given the 7-inning playoff games, I think it kind of makes sense.
It does.
Struck him out.
Great job of pitching right there. Went right at him.
So Moranis down on strikes. Lambert's first, and he is taking care of the first 6 Whalers in without really straining at all. It's been pretty easy going through the first 2 innings pitched for Tommy Lambert. Perfect. 6 up, 6 down. But yeah, so getting back to the the innings. So for a while, again, we know that the New Bedford and Durfee game, all the big 3 games were 9-inning games. So why the change this year?
Well, I think there was a couple of reasons. The state tournament for Division I was always 9 innings.
Yep.
And then a few years ago, they went to 7 innings. And in the big 3, we continued with the 9. And then, the athletic directors and the coaches talked about it, and it's just not that there's not a lot of pitching. And when you're playing at least 3 games a week sometimes, and sometimes 4 games a week when the weather gets really bad, most high school teams just don't have the arms for that. So. It puts coaches in a tough position because you don't want to throw a kid 150, 160 pitches. You don't want to hurt a kid. So after 7 innings, if the kid is already over 100, you're going to make a decision. And then again, you're not going to bring in your starting pitcher for the next game. So you bring in somebody that might not have a lot of experience, and the games just sometimes they would get out of hand in those last couple of innings. And so it was really a matter of the team's just not having a lot of pitching.
Yeah.
And the state tournament going to 7 innings. So it just made sense to go to 7.
Bottom of the second about to start here. A healthy hack from Ishmael Moreno, the third baseman for Durfee, to start things off. 7, 8, and 9, bottom third of the Hilltoppers order. After 6 came to the plate in the 2-run first. Medeiros working quicker than Lambert.
I think that was a changeup right there. That's the first changeup that I think that we've seen.
We mentioned talking about the 9 versus 7 inning games. I remember a couple years ago, it's a good pitch to hit there, and it hung up there for Ishmael Moreno to get his first hit of the ball game, a leadoff single. But I remember, I think maybe a year or 2 ago, I think it was a Brockton game that we did, and it was like, I don't know, we had a 10-9 lead in the 9th, and then we ended up blowing it, and we gave up 4 runs, and then we lost 13-12. I mean, it was like the marathon game that didn't want to end.
Yeah.
And you're right. I mean, I think we saw maybe between the 2 teams like 8 pitching changes. I mean, you get to a point where it's your game, you just got to deal with it because there's nobody else left.
Right. And that's what was happening. And some of those kids that you're bringing in, they don't have a lot of experience on the mound, so it got ugly sometimes.
Quick check on Moreno there as Curtis Perry still waiting for his first pitch. We've seen 2 checks over there, pickoff attempts. Perry hitting $154. Tries to lay the bunt down. I like the idea. Always like the aggressiveness of doing that. I wish the pros would do it more.
Looks like Curtis has got to get the bat out in front of him a little bit more. He kind of had I think we call them alligator arms, where the arms get too close to your body. You got to get the arms away from your body to get that bunt down.
Gonna swing away, pops it, kind of flicks at it. Medium deep left field. Silvera, it sure did. Wow. I thought that was just a lazy pop-up, basically. Shallow left, it kept going. Nonetheless, out number 1 of the second. And that'll bring up Ethan Ferreira, has 3 RBI on the year, 240 average. And on deck, the leadoff man, Matt Saunders. So already ready to turn the lineup over if we don't have a double play here. And I think that might have been a changeup, too. You said Ferreira definitely ahead of that one.
Yeah. He's starting to mix that pitch in now because Durfee's been really going up there swinging at that first pitch fastball, and they fouled a couple off. So I think he's trying to mix in a different pitch on the first pitch.
Not a bad idea. Got to keep him guessing because even, the curveball is what got hit out for a home run after he dropped 2 of them that were really good on Zach. And then quick fastball, and on that fourth pitch, Souza sent it to center. So may not have a lot of confidence in his curve right now. There's a grounder to third. Jamie plays it on to second for one. Santiago to first for the around the horn double play. 5-4-3, and that'll end it. Bottom third of the Whalers order expected here in the top of the third. We'll see frantic Jamie to start things off here in the third inning against Durfee ace Tommy Lambert, who has been great so far. 6 up, 6 down. Working with a lead. Confidence building with each pitch. Look at that curve drop in there for strike one. Evan Massoud and Brad Buston with you here on Fred TV. Big Three baseball from Skip Lewis Field. Hilltoppers in a must-win if they want to share the Big Three crown. They're 0-2. New Bedford 2-1. Brockton 2-1. So basically, they've all played each other. Durfee's got to win today and got to win against Brockton in a week and a half from now to force a three-way tie like they did last year. Flared to the right side. Oh, it gets through. Yeah. He charged it. And that's going to go as an error on Perry. Might have actually been better. He probably thought he could scoop it in the air and realize it was too late.
Yeah, and I think it was right off the end of the bat. And it might have been a changeup, and it was right off the end of the bat. And as soon as it hit the ground, it had all sorts of spin on it. And it just got right under Curtis Perry's glove.
So the Whalers with their first base runner without the benefit of a hit. We're going to score that in E3 as Perry gets hit with the tough luck error there. Roberto De Jesus, the first baseman, stepping in as the 8-man in the lineup. That is roped foul. Look out in the practice field. Nobody's over there now. But that one stung into foul territory.
And I think that's why Tommy's been throwing a lot of first-pitch curveballs. I think New Bedford's going to go up there looking for a first-pitch fastball. I think that's a changeup right there.
Yep.
A little bit up. He got away with it, but just something off speed. Just because, again, I think they're just going to go – they're going to be up there looking for that fastball. So. Well,
they know he's a power pitcher, so that is definitely a good idea. I mean, if the curveball's working, which it sure seems to be right now, go with it. There's another one. Drops in, and, ooh, a little high. That one close to some of the higher strike calls we saw earlier in the game.
Yeah. But he's got to be a little bit better with that curveball. I mean, that should be like down and away, maybe even in the dirt. Get him to chase something.
1-2.
That's a good high fastball.
There you go.
What he's doing, he's changing eye levels. He's you know, he's got a good curveball going, and then he comes with a high fastball. And when you can change the eye level like that, it makes it very difficult on the hitters.
Well, basically, you got them thinking left, right, up, down. It's like, never mind the fact that there's 3 different pitches coming too. Swing and a miss upstairs to Isaiah Robertson, the number 9 batter in the lineup for New Bedford. That was a first pitch strike, but well out of the zone. Robertson, the right fielder, number 16. At first is Jamie. That one dropping just a bit low. Good changeup, though. If you want to miss with a changeup, you really do want to miss low.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Otherwise, it's just basically a batting practice fodder up there. Good hook. Nice drops pitch in there for strike 2. That last strikeout was Lambert's second. He ended the second inning with 1. And both have been swinging. He's ahead 1-2 to Robertson. Upstairs, lays off. Good eye from Robertson. Good discipline. He got fooled once on it. Held up that time with 2 strikes. Works it even 2-2.
He's trying to change the eye level again, so he can do anything right now. He could come back with another curveball, or he could try to climb that ladder again. And
I'd like to see a fastball painted away. That'd be nice. I haven't seen that yet. Goes away up and away.
Yep.
And
yeah, that would have been a good pitch if it was down. Yeah.
Yeah, fastball, it says we saw a couple that worked inside corner, down low, called strike, but most of them have been higher in the zone.
He's got to go at him right here. I mean, he just can't afford another walk. A walk, I should say, not another walk.
Here's the payoff pitch. The runner is going upstairs. His ball 4. Free pass for Robertson. Had him down in the count 1-2, but Robertson worked it back in his favor. And he works the walk. So a good at-bat there from Robertson. We'll go back to the top of the order. C.J. Dunston coming up to the plate. 0 for 1. He grounded out to begin things in the first. Jamie at second, Robertson at first. Lambert in a bit of a jam here. Would love a ground ball. Curveball dropping low for ball one. Starts off behind. And time called. You know, with one out, odds of Dunston bunting probably not that great, especially given that Coach Seed said he's really been the catalyst, probably the best hitter. So you really want him swinging away, especially down 2-0. It's early in the game. Probably no need to try to bunt and move guys over and waste an out.
Right.
That one gets away. That's going to be as good as a bunt. Wild pitch. Going to move everybody up a base. So now 2 in scoring position on the wild pitch. Souza had that one skip through the 5-hole.
Yeah.
And it's 2-0.
That definitely helps out New Bedford here now. So Coach Almschneider is electing to keep the middle infield back, concede the run, and take the out.
Yeah, you want to get the out. That one's going down. I mean, first you got to get back ahead in the count. 3-0 to Dunston. Manny Cardona on deck, the shortstop, and Tommy Lambert now going to go to the windup here, in danger of walking the bases loaded. Upstairs, New Bedford getting patient, and another free pass issued by Lambert. So this is something I mentioned again in the open, is that some of the walks can sometimes come back to bite Tommy. I think that's maybe one of the few downfalls. If he starts to get a little bit wild, again, 9 walks coming into this game, now 11 on the season through about 21 innings or so. That's a fair amount of walks.
Yeah, that's the thing. When he starts to get the ball up, he gets in trouble. And most of the games that he's pitched this year, he's been able to get the ball down when he needs to, and he's very effective when he gets the fastball down. But I think sometimes when he tries to overthrow and try to throw too hard, that's when the ball stays up on him.
Quick mound visit there from Jay Martin. And the thing is, too, is, you know, the curveball, we saw a couple in the last 2 at-bats. They were good. They just actually dropped a little low, so they weren't called strikes. They're in the dirt, and the hitters weren't swinging at them. Weren't bad curveballs at all.
No, not at all. They just he's got to have the get-ahead curveball and the put-away curveball.
Bases loaded for New Bedford with 1 down. Hilltoppers up 2-0 here in the 3rd. And he starts off ahead with a strike to Manny Cardona, the left-handed batting shortstop. So Jamie at 3rd, Robertson at 2nd, Dunston at 1st. Swung on a miss. That was a changeup there inside for strike 2. Let's see, look for a fastball away or a backdoor curve here.
He's got to be careful. I mean, I wouldn't give him anything too good to hit.
No. Strike 3 called.
He painted that outside corner. That was a great pitch.
Well, whatever Coach Martin told him, maybe he noticed something in the delivery there, follow through or something. Whatever he told him, that worked. 3 pitches, and the 2nd out is recorded on strikes. That's the 3rd K for Lambert, and it'll bring up Will Santiago, who lined out to the 2nd baseman in the 1st. A big spot here. Lambert trying to work out of the jam. Popped up, going foul behind us, 0-1.
Tommy really stepped up right there. I mean, you know, he had a couple of walks and it looked like he was getting the fastball up, and then those 3 pitches to Manny Cardona were outstanding.
Yep, fastball outside, changeup swung on, and fastball called outside. Now the 0-1.
Ooh, he's crossed him up, I think.
Yeah, and you know, the thing is, that I think was a strike. I think it might have fooled the umpire, too. Did he call it?
He did call it a
strike. He did call
it,
okay. Good heads up there from the ump, too, then. So it doesn't always matter where you catch it. It's good across the plate. Shouldn't, you know, discredit him. Here's the 0-2, and it's fouled off at the plate. Staying alive just is Santiago.
That previous pitcher, it looked like Zach was thinking curveball or something.
I think so, yeah.
But the umpire did a good job there. He stuck with it, and usually sometimes the umpires won't call that because they just get messed up by the pitch and the catcher. So
exactly, and that shouldn't, you know, credit the umpire for calling it a strike. Here's the 0-2 with the bases loaded and 2 down.
Oh, nice pitch.
Strike 3!
Perfect pitch.
Lambert sits down Cardona and Santiago after letting the bases get filled with Whalers. What a way to work out of the jam. He ends up striking out the side in the end. Beautiful pitching those last 2 at-bats.
painted that corner. That was a great pitch.
More barking going on here between the two coaches. Coach Umschneider yelling at the assistant coach for New Bedford. And there was some barking going on at the beginning of the game, too. Coach Seed now coming out. Coach Umschneider, he is hot right now.
Yeah, he's definitely, Coach Umschneider is definitely upset about something. But Coach Seed won't let that happen. Coach Seed will definitely take control. You know,
Yep.
he's not going to let his players, you know, act any way that's not, you know, the way the game's supposed to be played.
Absolutely, and you couldn't have said it better because he is a very classy guy. He's been around New Bedford for a better part of 20-plus years. So, I mean, he's, you know, almost 30 years, and now he's going right over there to his assistant coach saying, look, knock it off.
Yeah, Coach Seed is one of the classiest guys I've ever met, and, you know, he knows baseball. And actually, I think, if I'm not mistaken here, I think he's taken that Isaiah Robinson. I think he's taken him out. I think he's taken him out of the game.
Well, we'll see here. Yeah, there's and you know, again, there was some chirping going on pregame that kind of got Coach Umschneider upset, and I'm wondering if it was Robertson. I couldn't see numbers in the pile, and here we go. Now we're going to meet up here, so let's see what's going on.
Yeah, Coach C just wants to have a talk with Coach Umschneider and just to straighten things out. But I think Isaiah Robertson had some choice words after he struck out, and I think Coach C didn't want to hear it, so he just told him to sit down.
Robertson was the right fielder. He was number 16.
I thought it was number. Oh yeah.
I don't see.
Oh no. I'm sorry. It's number 9. It was
Santiago.
It was Will Santiago. Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because he's the one who struck out. You're right. Yeah.
Yep.
I got the lineup in front of me. Hello. So Santiago out of the not fielding, and he was the second baseman. So he is out for now. It looks like a single digit might be either Dante Tavares or Quest DePina out in second, and we'll maybe be able to tell if he turns around. We'll wait and see when he has to field a play, if he gets to. Matt Saunders leading things off here in the bottom of the third, top of the lineup for Durfee. Saunders 0 for 1 with a pop out to center.
And Matty, yeah, he did a good job right there. He feels like he's being quick pitched a little bit, so he's got the hand up asking for time until he's ready.
And the bench really getting loud here. That's popped up underneath it. Nice play there by the third baseman there, Jamie.
I think that's
so two pop-ups.
Second time, yeah, the second time Matty got the high fastball and just dropping his hands a little bit. If he can get his hands up and he can, you know, drive that ball to the outfield, but he's just dropping his hands a little.
The high fastball, they look so good. You don't like to lay off of them.
Yep.
Because it's coming almost, it's right at eye level. So you see it the best coming in. It looks so good, but it's tough to hit. Popped up, going behind us, and another one towards the snack shack. That one going to climb the roof a little bit. So Fonseca in the hole, 0-2. He doubled and scored in the first. Check swing and able to lay off the curveball.
And Medeiros is doing a good job changing eye levels too. He's got he's dropping that curveball over, and and then he comes with that high fastball, and
gets the strikeout.
Tell you, he's not throwing very hard, but when you're getting that curveball over and you're thinking curveball, it makes that fastball look a lot faster.
That's his second strikeout. Both have been swinging, and now we'll see Nate Ladera, who popped out to second in the first inning. I got to tell you one thing I really like, and it's part of why I enjoy softball so much, is the pace of play. And Medeiros, man, gets the ball, he's ready to rock on the mound. There's just no.
Oh, that's a good piece.
That is crushed to right center field. And
what
a running
catch.
play by Dominguez coming all the way over from center.
That's an outstanding
Wow.
catch. He went a long way for that ball.
Yeah, Ladera put a charge in it to the deepest part of the field. And Dominguez, full steam ahead with the reach. That's one of the best plays we've seen in the game. Might end up being one of the best plays we'll see all day. Fly ball out to The center fielder.
And you said it earlier. He is shading over that way.
Yeah.
But he went a long way for that ball. I mean, that was almost by the 395 mark out there.
So the side retired in order for Medeiros, his first 1-2-3 inning. After 3, 2-0 Durfee. Fourth inning here at Skip Blewett's Field. Hilltoppers still up 2-0. Tommy Lambert back on the hill after doing a masterful job to get out of a jam, and he's greeted by Xavier Dominguez with a hot line drive to left for a leadoff single.
How many times do they say that happens, right? You make a great play in the field, and then you lead off the inning with a with a base hit. So
he just made an outstanding catch to rob Ladera of extra bases to end last inning, and now comes up the leadoff man to try to spark the team. That's 2 straight innings now that the Whalers have had the leadoff man on. Not waiting around, ground ball. It's going to sneak through the hole.
Oh, no.
Cheating towards second base was Ferreira. Throw goes towards third. Instead, they're going to hold everybody there. So at first is Silvera. At third, Dominguez. I'll tell you, I don't know if it was a matter of him shading to right center or not. He can move. Dominguez, no doubt, getting a third without any trouble.
Well, it looked like the runner faked, Dominguez faked like he was stealing, I think. And Ethan Ferreira might have been going over to cover the bag.
He was drifting that way, so you're right. Maybe he took off. I honestly didn't notice. I'm looking down to see who's batting, and all of a sudden the ball's hit and play again. 2 pitches, 2 hits. Whalers off to a quick start here in the 4th inning. It'll bring up Ben Moranis, who struck out. He was the first strikeout for Lambert back in the 2nd. So men at the corners, nobody out. Go ahead run at the plate. Tying run on base. That is jolted to left field. It's going foul, though. Will it be caught? No. So a foul ball evens the count at 1-1. And man, you know you're in New England when it's near 70 3 hours ago, and now we're down to, it feels like March again. This is ridiculous.
It definitely got cold.
It is cold. And it's not, it's just the breeze. I mean, it's actually almost kind of muggy. It feels damp. You know, it doesn't feel dry. It feels kind of damp, and that's making it even worse. Got to plow through it, though. Curveball drops in there. Good idea.
Well, definitely, I think I would trade 2 outs here for give up the run. You know, get the double play in the middle and give up the run.
Silvera, the left field. I'm sorry, Moranis, the DH at the plate. Silvera is at first, and that is strike 3 called. So 5 straight outs via the strikeout. Last 3 have been called. 3rd strikes, 5 overall. That's a big first out. Stepping in now, frantic Jamie, the 3rd baseman.
Tommy threw some good curveballs right there. He starts off a little high with that curveball.
So 1-0, again, working from behind. Jamie was the first runner, first guy to reach base for the Whalers. It was on that error from Perry. And he was left at 3rd base. Now up with 2 on base. Swings through it. 1-1.
Looks interesting to see if they put something on here with 1st and 3rd. But Zach Souza has a great arm, so.
You got to watch the Dominguez so fast. If they throw through to 2nd, he's most likely breaking for home. I think the Whalers would probably end up with a run. Nice job to protect there and kind of foul, try to spoil a pitch. But now with 2 strikes, going to have to do more protecting. 1-2 the count. Lambert back ahead.
He's got to make a good pitch here. Nothing too good. You know, get him to chase something and maybe get a ground ball and get a double play and get out of this.
Here's the 1-2. And it is sent to right field. A base hit and an RBI. Almost getting the force at 2nd base. Coming up throwing was Dumont. And it was a bang-bang play there. But now the Whalers on the board. It's a 2-1 game.
Yeah, and unfortunately Tommy left that pitch too good. 1-2 pitch, and he looked like a little bit outside maybe, but you know, the kid did a good job taking that ball to right field.
So the base hit and the RBI for frantic Jamie.
I think Zach Souza wanted that pitch up. It looked like he was calling for a high fastball, and Tommy just left it down a little bit.
So 3 hits in the inning for the Whalers. They've gotten a run back. Still work to do, though, for Lambert. He's got 2 on now with 1 out. Go-ahead run at first, tying run at second, a curveball upstairs to start off Roberto De Jesus' at-bat. De Jesus struck out in his first, so Lambert got him once.
I'm sure he's thinking fastball right here.
That is jolted to left, high fly ball. Buston coming in, tracking, the wind playing with it. Nice job for out number 2. Again, I know the wind is it's rough here. It's got to be playing with the ball out there.
Yeah, it looked like he was in one spot, and then next thing you know, he was about 15 feet over to the right.
So 2 down, and Isaiah Robertson will step up to the plate, walked, and was left to second base in the 3rd.
This will be big if we can get out of this with just giving up 1 run.
Agreed. Pitch out,
There's
going to
right
second,
there.
and
Yep.
almost got him. Souza trying for the pickoff at second. And another bang-bang play there. So Remy almost got him on the force, and Zach almost picked him off. Seems like only fate would allow Silvera to go down at second somehow.
And that's what Zach Souza can do with that arm. I mean,
yeah.
he's got such a good arm that he can look to pick people off first base, second base, third base.
That was ball 1. So 1-0 the count. Grounder. Oh, right off of Lambert. And this is probably going to be a base hit. He ate it. That's a smart decision right there. And he may be hurt.
Yeah.
Now, Coach Olmsnider are going to come check things out. Bases are loaded nonetheless. It's going to be an infield single for Robertson. Everybody up 90 feet. We'll see how Lambert is.
That's a tough play right there. There's not much you can do. I mean, the ball's hit right back at you. You have to kind of react, and he's lucky he didn't get hit harder than that.
Yeah. Kelly Mahoney on the third baseline, our trainer. Wondering if he needs any attention. Looks like okay, maybe going to throw a pitch or 2. I don't know, we'll see. It's his right leg, that's his push-off leg, so we'll see if this affects him. If you're not pushing off, well, tend to leave things up as well. Don't get as much on the pitches. I remember from Kurt Schilling with the bloody sock, he couldn't push off that game 1 at Yankee Stadium, and I mean, everything was flat. So hopefully Tommy's going to be all right here.
Oh, change up.
Yeah.
Way out ahead of it. That's a good first pitch. But I'm surprised they didn't give him a couple of warm-up pitches just to see if he's okay.
Maybe he gave him the A-OK, the thumbs up. 0-1 to Dunston. Bases loaded, 2 down. Whalers have been making noise. Only 1 run to their credit so far. So it's a 2-1 game. Lambert trying to get out of this inning unscathed. Dunston 0 for 1 with a walk. 1-1 the count. Drops a curveball in there. He's ahead 1-2.
It's a nice pitch. Again, another good pitch right there. He's definitely thinking fastball, and he drops in that curveball. So he's got to be careful right here. He's got to make a good pitch on 1 and 2.
Keep it away, out of the zone. Another curveball drops. That's a great pitch.
Yeah,
and a nice stop from Souza.
That's the one you get him to chase. See if he can chase it.
Yeah.
But still, he's still on a 2-2. We can't give him a fastball right down the middle.
No. Dunston a tough out, chokes up on the bat. The 2-2 pitch with 2 down, the bases loaded. Lambert kicks and deals. Another one gets him to change. Bases are loaded with the full count. Everybody going to be moving here. Now you're going to have to come with a fastball, probably.
Yeah, you got to challenge him and make him beat you with your best stuff. 2
great curveballs, but no dice from Dunston. Got a rare one in there, but not right over the heart of the plate. Timeout. As Lambert had started the lineup, the windup.
It's a big play in the game right here.
Payoff pitch from Lambert. Slice foul, staying alive. He came with the fastball. Amazingly, really wasn't too much movement on the base paths. I thought we would have seen runners get a little extra jump.
They should be moving.
I know.
And I'm sure Coach Sheet is going to let them know that right now.
Yeah. Full count.
Wait.
The little assistant. Brad's cold. I'm cold too. Here we go. Full count.
Get it.
Grounder
Go, go.
off the glove of Lambert. And the run is going to score. And it's a tie game. What a job by Perry to keep that one from sailing out of play. The Whalers have tied it. Another, I'd say we'll call that an infield single, or we're going to give it, probably going to be an error. He got the glove on it, right?
No,
I think he would have beat it out anyway.
Yeah, that's just, I mean, you can't give the pitcher an error on that. It's,
yeah.
You know, he's reacting to another ball hit right back at him. That's just some bad luck.
So 2 infield singles in this inning have accounted for the Whalers tying things up. It's a 2-2 ball game. Manny Cardona in. Base is still juiced. So
it's a good curveball to get ahead.
No room for mistakes here. Lambert still in the jam with the bags loaded with Whalers. 0-1 the count to Cardona. Grounder to the right side. Ladera tracking it. Throws on to first for the out. But the Whalers tie it up here in the top of the 4th inning. It's a whole new ball game. And so that kept Santiago from hitting. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Santiago goes subbed for. We said that earlier. We're going to see who is playing second base now. It looks like number 2. Yeah, it's Dante Tavares. So he's in for Santiago, who got pulled out. So it's Tavares. We'll make that change. So we were going to see him his first at-bat, but the ground out to end the inning ends the threat. So Tommy's had to really work second time through the lineup.
Yeah, you know, he threw a lot of pitches that inning. Not quite sure how many, but that didn't help. That didn't help the pitch count, but.
I mean, anytime you get a strand the bases loaded in back-to-back innings, it's never necessarily a good thing.
He had some tough luck that inning. A couple of those balls that would hit back at him, and
5 hits in the inning. Totally different from last inning. They had no hits in the last inning. Still had the bases loaded.
Yeah, Dominguez got things started.
Mm-hmm. The Hilltoppers going to do some work here as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. We're halfway through this one. I'm sure I speak for many with the temperature drop. I hope it doesn't go to extras, but that's, you know, we still got some time here. Has some time for some runs. Medeiros, fresh off a 1-2-3, bottom of the 3rd. He'll face Souza, Dumont, and Buston, the middle part of the Durfee order here in the bottom of the 4th.
Oh, he called that one a strike.
I think our man in blue here is cold and wants the game moving too now. Souza with the solo shot, and his first at-bat swings through the curveball there for strike 2, and he's down in the count, 0-2.
Yeah, he's not going to get anything good to hit.
No, that's for sure.
After that last at-bat.
Oh, man, tough pitch to lay off. Just a bit outside. I think Zach maybe a little lucky to still be standing there at the plate.
Probably get the curveball here.
One would imagine,
Yep.
and he lets it go. That one a little lower, not as enticing as the first 2 we saw. Two upstairs, and Souza swings through it for out number 1.
And he's just mixing. He's mixing in the pitches, and you know, Zach might have been thinking curveball there, and he got the fastball, and again, it makes that fastball look a lot faster when you're thinking something else.
Oh, sure does. That's the 3rd strikeout of the afternoon for Medeiros. And it brings up Remy Dumont, who stung a double to left center after the Souza home run with 2 down in the 1st. So Remy 1 for 1. Skies it high in the air. The left center coming in on it is Silvera.
A lot of wind. It falls.
It falls in. Dumont.
Look at it. Good hustle.
Gonna get there. Darn right. Good hustle. Never gave up on it. And Remy, that fell in cleanly. I'd say that's probably a double in my book because nobody touched it.
It's just a great job of running by Remy Dumont. A lot of kids, when they pop up, they're so upset because they popped up that they just kind of dog it and they don't run hard. I was watching Remy right out of the box, and he ran hard right from the beginning. So, I mean, he just got himself in scoring position right there. That's a great job.
Yeah, in my opinion, too, that's just good heads-up baseball, knowing the conditions as well. You know, you just can't give up on anything. Anything can happen in baseball. We see this. Balls drop. It happens, you know. Can't give up on it. Always got to run it out.
I know Braden got the last at-bat. He got the first pitch fastball, and he fouled it off, too, and he just got it again. So he's got to hopefully jump on that fastball.
I'm going to check on Dumont first, so Bustin will have to wait for his second pitch. Struck out on a curveball, a really good curveball in that first inning. That ended the first inning. Now in a big spot here with only the one out.
Get down, get down, get down, get down.
And that's going down the line. A fair ball. That's going to give the Hilltoppers the lead back. Bustin's going to have 3 bags. Heading to third, an RBI triple for Braden Bustin. The Hilltoppers back in front, 3-2.
That's a good job of hitting right there.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Got to go with the
field.
pitch.
Yep, using the whole field.
Dumont in to score on the Bustin triple. 3-2 Toppers. Going to appeal first base. And he's safe. We're going to go around the horn. Coach Seed must have saw something. You know, the visiting dugout at first base must have saw something and said,
it's worth a try.
Of course.
Why not?
It's worth a try. There's no challenges here in high school, so why not the appeal? Not a bad idea. But the RBI triple for Bustin gives Durfee the lead back. We'll see Ishmael Moreno at the plate now. He had a base hit to right field in his first at-bat. That's huge for Durfee to come back and pick Tommy up after a tough top of the fourth. Come back and take the lead right back like that. I mean, again, for a team that's had some close one-run losses here, to come back like that, that's pretty big.
It is, and I think Braden got the fastball again, which you know, the first pitch was a fastball that Braden took a good hack at it, and he fouled it off. And I was thinking that, you know, he would come back with a curveball, but I think Braden got the fastball again, and you know, it was a little bit outside, and Braden, he didn't try to pull it. He went down the right field line with it and got the triple out of it. So it was a good piece of hitting.
It's all about the approach at the plate.
Oh, that's
another great piece of hitting.
Too.
RBI single for Moreno, who's 2 for 2, and it's a 2-run game again.
He got the curveball, and he didn't try to pull it, didn't try to do too much with it, just went the other way with it. That's a very, very good job of hitting by Moreno right there.
2 hits to right field for Moreno, 2 for 2, and we'll give him the RBI. Durfee with another 2 spot. And it comes again right after New Bedford tied the game. Curtis Perry will step up to the plate, fly out to left field in the second, 0 for 1. I was talking before the game with Coach Jay Martin, and he said, you know, the approach at the plate's got to be better. He said it's just got to be better. So that first game, they put up 12 runs against Portsmouth, and you know, all of a sudden everyone's a home run hitter. And he says we gotta be cognizant of each at bat and play situational baseball and really try to just put the ball in play and not just crush it to left field or to right field. And we've seen that here in this inning. Had some really good pieces of hitting between Dumont, Bustin, and Moreno. Well, Dumont got lucky with that drop-in, but the hustle baseball run into second. And now Braden and Ishmael with 2 nice hits to right field. That's what you got to do. Just take what's given to you.
Yeah, and again, it all starts out with that hustle by Dumont. If Dumont just dogs it right there, I mean, maybe he scores on the triple anyway, but still, it might change the whole inning.
There's a strike called, so 2-1 the count. Now Moreno at first, Perry at the plate, 1 down. Checking on him again. Oh, they're nervous about Moreno. They did this last time he got on as well. Waiting on a 2-1. Swinging through it. Upstairs. Perry pulled the trigger. Evens the count at 2-2. That one too far upstairs. Full count.
See if Almschneider sends him here on a 3-2 pitch, get the runner in motion.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of arm Dunston has. I know he's not the biggest catcher in the world, so no, he does not take off. That's hit to left field.
Well.
Hit well. Silvera
No.
tracking it, and he's got it in his sights for out number 2 as Perry gave it a ride. So another fly out to left field for Perry. 0 for 2.
Just get under it a little bit.
Well, let's see. Ishmael Moreno, 2 for 2, 2 hits to right field. Curtis Perry, 0 for 2, 2 flyouts to left. We know Ferreira can't ground into a 5-4-3 double play with 2 down. So we won't recreate the bottom of the lineup here, but kind of funny when you start looking at things, the way things pan out in the game. So 2 down for Ferreira.
With all these spray shots Major Leagues have, they know where to play all these guys.
No kidding. I know. It's crazy. And now
Benintendi last night hit a ball right up the middle.
Yeah.
I thought it was a base hit. It was going to score a run. And
Guy's right there.
The guy was playing right there.
I know. Incredibly frustrating game 2 for the Sox against the Yankees. It's gonna be a fun season, I think, between these two teams.
Yeah.
I mean, really, they both improved a lot from last year. You know, changes of the guard with the managers as well. That's driven a left by Ferreira, but I think Silvera's got it lined up. He does. He's been busy this inning. So limiting the damage is Medeiros, but he does surrender 2 more runs to the Hilltoppers, who lead by 2 once again through 4. 4-2 Durfee. Wild 4th inning is in the books. Both teams with a pair of runs. We move to the 5th. 4-2 the score. Evan Massoud and Brad Buston with you here on Fred TV for Big 3 Baseball. Durfee leading New Bedford by a pair of runs. And in real time, we've played an hour and we've gotten through 4 innings. So we're above average speed here getting through the game, which is great considering it feels like March again here. We're just talking about that. Sun has gone, the wind has picked up, and I'm not liking it right now.
It feels like a late October, early November game, like a
really?
fall baseball game right now.
It was just beautiful at warm-up time at 3 o'clock. The sun was kind of in and out, but the sun felt good. I mean, this is kind of ridiculous. This was, you know, I looked at the weather this morning. I said, what's it going to do? Because it took forever to clear up. It was supposed to be like 70 degrees and sunny today. Well, that didn't happen.
Yeah.
That's for sure. At least Monday's softball game, we had all sun.
Great pitch.
Strike 3, painting that outside as Tommy Lambert picks up strikeout number 6. Good way to start off the 5th inning. And, of course, you know, to the defense of Dante Tavares, who came in for Santiago, this is his first at-bat of the day. So, you know, he's getting his first look at Lambert as well.
And Tommy's painting that outside corner. That's getting a job done.
The curveball slipped out of the hand, it looked like there, for a high ball 1. Xavier Dominguez at the plate. He's 1 for 2 with a ground out, a base hit, and a run scored. Not a bad afternoon for him so far. Again, he's the ace pitcher for New Bedford today in center field. Making, still right now, stands as the play of the game. That ranging play to right field to Rob, what was it, Ladera, right? Yeah,
yep.
To Rob Ladera 2 innings ago. That's popped up. And another one out of play. Two and one. Interestingly enough, and I think it was New Bedford being aggressive in those first 2 innings. Lambert only with 1 strikeout through the first 2. That's through the 5-hole. Ranging is Ferreira.
Oh, he slipped.
He slipped. He might have had him. That was great range from Ethan Ferreira there at shortstop. I thought that was going to have eyes and get through.
Yeah, he went a long way for that, and he got there. He just slipped.
What's going on with all these infield singles for New Bedford? I mean, God, they're putting the bat on the ball. And it's not leaving the infield. They're getting runners out of it. And, you know, I was just going to say, you know, Ferreira slipped there, and he kind of was stretching it out. Hopefully he didn't maybe pull anything or hyperextend anything.
Looks like his right knee or right ankle, yeah.
really stretched to have to grab it and then to get up and make the play. Looks like he's okay too, so.
It's another hit for Dominguez.
Another hit. He's 2 for 3. Just 4 infield hits by my count in the last 2 innings. But what I was actually going to say is, New Bedford really aggressive in those first 2 innings. There were a lot of quick outs, only the 1 strikeout. Since those first 2 innings, when Lambert retired the first 6, he has 5 strikeouts, but he's had a lot more base runners to work around. So.
Yeah, they're going up there hacking. I think if they get that first pitch fastball, they're going for it.
So Dean Silvera ahead in the count 1-0. He too is 1 for 2. Base hit, a run, and a ground out.
Oh,
that curveball would have been a nice one for him to hit. That one hung up there a little bit.
Yep.
Hung up just a little bit. Not as sharp of a break, more of a get me over strike. Dominguez starts and stops, swung through, maybe a little hit and run type thing, maybe trying to get the hitter to put the bat on the ball, maybe.
Yeah, well, Tommy's got to come up with a good pitch here again. He's been doing a pretty good job lately.
His last 4 strikeouts have been called third strikes. That one spoiled and fouled out of play to the right.
Went with the curveball. He can pretty much do anything he wants right now. I mean, he can come with a high fastball and get him to chase. He's changed that eye angle that we were talking about here, and I think we might see him try to blow and buy him up high here.
Yeah, Silvera's hit was an infield hit to the shortstop. He also grounded a third, so he hasn't gotten the ball out of the infield. Yep. And he strikes out. You called it, Brad. That's
a good high fastball right there, and it's all about the eye angle and getting him to think curveball and just coming back with that fastball. I think you said earlier, it's tough to lay off that pitch.
7 Ks on the day for Lambert, 25 on the season as his total keeps going up. Had 18 coming in, actually 26. Had 18 coming into the game, 26 on the season now. And a curveball for strike 1 to Ben Moranis, who has struck out twice, once swinging and once looking.
I think he's got a steady diet of curveballs all game, I think. He
puts the bat on the ball, going foul. Who almost came back. Almost came back. And he's in the hole 0-2.
I think Durfee's picked up on his front foot. He kind of steps out a little bit here, and I guess we'd call like step in the bucket. So he's been getting that steady diet of curveballs.
Lambert struck out the side in the third around the bases loaded. Started this inning with a strikeout, infield hit, then another strikeout. Now 0-2 in command. It's grounded to the left side. Moreno down. Little snowball, snow cone action. Gets it there. Souza with the fist pump. Lambert excited, and the Hilltoppers get out of the 5th. No runs allowed. A ground out to third, and that's it with the top of the 5th. So Lambert threw 5. Only the 2 runs allowed. 6 hits so far. There was 1 error. He's stranded 7, and he has struck out 7. In terms of walks, we've seen 2 walks. Nope, sorry, yes, 2 walks on the day. So not a bad line for Lambert so far.
And he's not one to get tired.
No, he'd go 9 if we were playing 9 today.
He pitched last week, and I saw him in school the next day, and I asked him how he felt. He said, "I feel fine." He goes, "I could pitch again today." I was like, "Wow, good for you."
I was just going to say he probably hasn't pitched in literally a week because Ferreira started Saturday with the 1-0 shutout of Case.
Yeah,
so
it was after the Brockton game.
Yeah, so Lambert's had literally a whole week off. So he's got to be fresh.
Yeah. Yeah, and this game is so big today, and I think it'll be pretty tough to get the ball out of his hand today.
Hilltoppers back to the top of the order as Matt Saunders will get his 3rd at-bat of the day. 0 for 2, a pop-out to center and a pop-out to third. So Saunders, Fonseca, and Ladera expected 1, 2, and 3 here in the batting order.
It's a good idea.
Oh, yes. Yeah. So, Brad, you got game changer up. Lambert with 85 pitches through 5 innings. That's kind of on par with, like, even the major leagues, we see some guys not even get through 5, and they're up to 100 pitches, so he's on par there.
I like the idea by Saunders showing bunt there, but he's got to show it a little bit later. He's kind of giving it away too soon, and now he's got the third baseman way in now. He's like a little slash.
Oh, that's why. Look at that.
Yeah, that's
Brought
it.
him in.
That's a good play. It worked.
Jamie came in. He pulled the bat back and deposits it into left field. That would have been an out.
Yeah, you don't see a slash too often, and I guess that was the point of showing the bunt a little bit early, and then he pulled it back and got the fastball and roped it to left field.
Good job by the leadoff hitter. Saunders now 1 for 3 on the day, and he's got speed, so he's going to obviously get the attention of Medeiros, who very quickly throws over there. It's Fonseca at the plate with a double and a run scored on the Souza home run, and then a strikeout last time. So Medeiros starts ahead. 0-1 the count.
And Coach Olmschneider can be a little bit more aggressive now with a 2-run lead.
Yeah, I think we may see Saunders take off. We may see our first stolen base of the game because, to your point, exactly, there's nobody out. You got a good part of your lineup here, top of the lineup. That's grounded to the left side. Nice play by Olmschneider. That's twice today. Been busy over there in the coach's box. Oh, 0-2 to Fonseca.
Oh, right down.
Sends it to center field, but right there. Look at how much Dominguez is playing over in right center. And again, now the breeze going that way. So I think you're right, too. I think that running play he had, I think he might have been shading that way to begin with as well. I mean, regardless, that was still a great play.
Yeah, and he's with him doing that, there is a huge gap in left center field.
Sure is. Ladera up, sends it to left, first pitch swinging, and if this is caught, he'll be 0 for 3. A pop out to second, a fly ball to center, and now a pop up to left. And just like that, 2 down after the leadoff hit. It's up to Zach Souza to keep the inning going. He was, half dressed in the catcher's gear, not sure if he'd get to hit. Big spot here for Souza in his third at-bat. He hit the home run in the first, a 2-run shot, and struck out last time.
Look where Dominguez is playing. He's pretty much
he's dead center now.
Right at the 384 mark.
I know.
I think it's the
good jump from Saunders.
And that's a good
Throw
job.
Gets into center field. Yep. Saunders going to head to third base.
And Dominguez was playing so deep that he could get to third on that. The ball got to the outfield. That it took a while for Dominguez to get there.
So a stolen base and an E2.
And that's a good move, stealing him right there, because even if he gets thrown out, I mean, you're leading off with Zach next inning, so it's a good spot to take a chance.
Brief glimpse of the sun in the sky there for a second. It almost looks like this isn't so much cloud cover. It's almost like it's the fog bank coming up from Newport.
Whatever it is, it's still cold.
It's still cold. You're darn right. Souza with a base hit can make it a 3-run ball game. Takes it outside, 2-1, good hitters count. So Saunders 90 feet away at third, 2 down.
And with first base open here, I'd be surprised if they give him anything good to hit.
Well, you got to be careful. You got Remy on deck. He's hit the ball well twice. That's hit deep to left field. Silvera ranging back at the wall, and does he hold on to it? He sure does.
Wow.
Takes the home run away. Souza robbed with 2 down. That one should have been gone over the short fence. What a play by Silvera to end the 5th.
That might turn out to be a big play in this game.
Oh, boy. A total rob job right there in left. What a play by Silvera. We're done with 5 at Skip Lewitt's Field. It stays 4-2. Top of the 6th underway here at Durfee High School. The Hilltoppers could have a 4-run lead right now, but Silvera with one heck of a play to end the bottom of the 5th. A little cue ball there. Oh, nice job by Perry to stay with that. And it goes as a 4-3 put out here. Little cue ball off the end of the bat from Frantic Jamie. Had a lot of spin on it. But he's out number 1. It'll bring up Roberto De Jesus, who is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a fly ball out. to left field. But yes, again, Zach Souza almost had his second round tripper of the day, only to have it taken away by Dean Silvera in what now is the play of the game. It was a great play over that short fence, and he almost went over the fence even, and he held on to it to rob Zach. Curveball for strike one. That one inside almost got to Jesus.
Come on, Tommy.
Again, we looked at that pitch count earlier, and Lambert up over 90 now. That's strike two as he challenged him with the fastball. Here's a 2-2 from Lambert. Swung on and missed. Number 8 for Lambert. Second time he's gotten De Jesus on strikes. And that'll bring up Isaiah Robertson. That's in there for strike one. I'll tell you, that thing had some movement on it, almost like a cut fastball. Came back over the plate on the inside corner. So 2 quick outs, a ground out and a strikeout. That one in the dirt. Robertson has been on twice, a walk and an infield single. He's 1 for 1. Glad to have you back, Brad.
It's good to be back.
Yeah, what we say is that with Durfee, New Bedford, rivalry games, tensions run high sometimes, and you just got to remember good sportsmanship is the name of the game, right?
Absolutely.
There you go. So, a little chirpiness with the fans, but everything under control now. Lambert trying to get his first 1-2-3 inning since the second inning. 2-1 pitch is down low, and in danger of losing the number 9 man, Robertson, is Lambert. Again, Robertson walked in his first plate appearance in the third. Had an infield single last time, which brought in a run.
Got to go at the number 9 guy here. Go right at him.
Absolutely.
Nice pitch.
That's inside corner. That was what was strike one as well. It's almost... It almost got a little cut, like it's a cut fastball almost. That thing came back a little bit. Works the count full. Dunstan on deck if it gets that far. Lambert wants to put away Robertson here. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Fouled off and sent back behind the plate. We'll have to do it again. And I believe Lambert, these last couple pitches, getting right towards that 100 mark, the century marker. He's got to be awfully close if he hasn't crossed it already. Here is the 3-2.
Yep, right.
Strike three
nice
call.
pitch.
Side retired in order on Lambert's 9th strikeout. And he holds the lead in check. It's a 2-run lead.
Sticking with the fastball right there. That was good. Didn't try to throw a curveball on a 3-2 pitch, and number 9 hitter, go right at him. They can beat you if the kid gets a hit there. Good for him.
Mm-hmm. I'll tell you, the fastball has been much more under control, much more down than it had been in that third inning before the mound visit, before those back-to-back strikeouts to get out of that jam. And the fastball has been much better over the latter half of the game.
Well, I saw Tommy pitch against Dartmouth this year. He got beat 1-0, and in the 5th, 6th, and 7th inning,
yep.
No 7th inning. It was only 5 and 6 because Dartmouth didn't have to hit in the 7th. But
yeah, in
the 5th and 6th inning, Tommy, he got better. He got better as the game went on, and that's pretty much what he does. He's a strong kid, and he's a tough competitor.
Mm-hmm. And most pitchers, I would imagine, do get stronger as the game goes on as well. The ones that have good stamina, who are strong, they tend to get better than the first inning. They tend to really warm up and just get in a groove.
Yeah.
Hilltoppers coming to bat here for the 6th inning in what they hope will be their last time at the plate. And they're going to have Remy Dumont, Braden Buston, and Ishmael Moreno, all of whom had hits in their last at-bats. And between the 3 of them, they are 5 for 6 on the day. So it's been a really nice afternoon for 5, 6, and 7 in the Hilltoppers lineup. Again, Durfee could very easily be up by 4 right now. Instead, just the 2-run cushion. But I'm sure an insurance run would be a welcome sight for Coach Holmschneider and Tommy Lambert.
This is big. This is a big game, and it's going to give them a chance to go out and, if they win this game, go out and beat Brockton, and then everybody would finish 2-2 in the Big 3, and everybody goes to the tournament.
Dumont goes the other way this time.
This is going to be a tough play.
Robertson settling underneath it, able to make the catch. So Dumont retired for the first time in the game with the fly ball to right. Had a no-doubt double in his first at-bat. Last time, the one that fell in probably should have been caught, but it fell in the Bermuda Triangle. He ended up coming around and scoring, and now retired with the fly ball to right. Brings up Braden Buston, 1 for 2 with a strikeout in the first, an RBI triple, and a run scored in the 4th his last time up. So not a bad day. Now chase
the high pitch.
That one is going foul. It should get out of play, and it does. So he'll get the reprieve with the 1-1 count once he steps back in the box. And interesting to note, too, the catcher for Coach Seed in New Bedford here, Dunstan, he's an 8th grader. He's their leadoff man.
Yeah, New Bedford has that waiver.
Yeah.
Which has really helped them out.
It's a 1-2 to Buston, stays alive, fouling off to the right. It was an 8th grader who shut out the Durfee softball team on Monday, a 7-0 win, and I was very impressed.
She was outstanding.
Yeah. Very impressed. Here's the 1-2 again, and
that's good. Just got
whiffs.
A piece of it. Yeah.
Oh no, you're right. He did. I didn't realize it dropped.
Yeah, he got that
curveball. Man in blue blocked me there.
that's the pitch that he struck out on his first at bat.
Got to sit back. Here's the 1-2 down low. Ball 2.
Yeah, he could get anything right here. I mean, he's got to be ready for the fastball, but he might get that curveball again here.
Again, Medeiros, a fast worker all day.
Fastball.
That one outside.
Good job.
Yep.
Fight it off.
Again, taking what you're given, and that's the kind of pitch that he drove down the line for the RBI and the go-ahead run in the 4th inning after New Bedford tied it up. It was a triple down in that 345 marker all the way in the right field corner. He took a fastball that way. That time, a changeup, I think. Wow. Yeah. Haven't seen many of those.
Yeah, that was a good pitch.
Braden goes down on strikes for the 2nd time in the game. And will most likely end the game 1 for 3. We'll see what happens. Ishmael Moreno at the plate. First pitch, hacking it. He wanted to send that over the main fence.
Yeah.
If he got a piece of that, it might have been going a long way. 2 for 2, 2 base hits to right field. Curveball for strike 2, and Medeiros in command here, 0-2. Looking for what would be his first 1-2-3 inning since the 3rd. To the right side. Nice snag by Medeiros.
Yeah,
that's going to do it in the bottom of the 6th. Side retired in order. Hilltoppers head to the 7th with a 2-run lead. Top of the 7th here at Skip Lewis Field. Evan Massoud and Brad Buston with you on Fred TV. For Big 3 baseball, last frame, the Durfee Hilltoppers hope. Tommy Lambert just fresh off a 1-2-3 inning. He dives for that one, but Ferreira will back him up, and he gets Dunstan. First out.
1 pitch, 1 out. That's big right there. That's, a lot of times you'll tell a team to take a pitch when they're down, going to tell them to take a pitch, take a strike, but to get 1 pitch, 1 out, that's huge.
Sure is. That's 6 in a row retired by Lambert. And it brings up Manny Cardona, who's 0 for 3. A fly out to center, a strikeout looking, and a ground out to 2nd. And he takes a first pitch strike.
And they've been working Manny Cardona away all day. Away.
Down in the count 0-1 as Cardona looks at a good curveball, but it drops just a hair low. So it'll be 1-1 to him. Again, if Durfee wins this one, they hand New Bedford their second Big Three loss. They'd be 500 in the league, and it would give Durfee their first win with only Brockton standing in their way for a three-way Big Three crown. Lucas Souza warming up if needed, but I don't think we're going to see him. Lambert has kind of settled down in a bit of a groove again. That's hit well to right center. Remy Dumont on the run, and it's over his head towards the fence. Going to be 2 bases for Cardona. So he's at second with 1 down. That was hit very well to right. That was inside. You mentioned away, away, away. That one came inside a bit.
Yep.
And he was able to really drive it. That kind of down and in or middle down is what lefties like. And we'll have a quick mound visit here. Want to make sure everybody knows what they're doing in the infield. Get the sure out, because that's not the tie and run at second. You got to worry about the hitter, right?
And the outfield should back up here. They should not, try to have nothing over your head. I mean, that ball was hit so well that could have gone over anybody's head, but you want to keep the batter runner off second base here, because that would be the tying run. So, you'll give up the run, but you gotta keep this guy off second base.
Well, the good news again is that this is Dante Tavares struck out looking in his first at bat, which was the 5th inning, because he came in for Will Santiago, who Coach Seed subbed out after 2 at bats. So it was a very quick at bat for Tavares, his first time up. Hadn't seen Lambert at all, hadn't had any at bats, so that may play to Lambert's advantage. Got to watch the left side. Playing the line is Moreno. There's a big hole on that left side. Actually, the whole infield playing the line, really. That's grounded to Ferreira.
Just get the out.
Tough hop. Ferreira's got to hurry, and he got him at first. Boy, Tavares can run, and he was thrown out by inches there. 2 down in the 7th, and Xavier Dominguez will stand in the way of this game either ending or continuing.
That was a good play by Ethan Ferreira. That ball came up on him a little bit right at the end, and he stayed with it, and he had a nice, strong throw over there.
Dominguez 2 for 3 with a run scored.
Should I just tell the outfield to back up? And they don't want anything over their heads. So they got to keep Dominguez off second base here.
Lambert will go to the windup here with the runner at third. Nobody else on. 2 down. That's driven to left field, and that is going to drop in.
That's okay.
And it's a 1-run game. But again, to your point, playing back.
Yep, keep him off
second. It's only a
second.
single. However, it does bring home the run. It is a 1-run game. Boy, we talked about 1-run games early. Durfee likes to play with fire with these 1-run games. RBI single to left.
And Dominguez,
that's a 3-hit day for Dominguez.
He's a tough out.
He sure is. And he's a tough pitcher, too. A great all-around player. Dean Silvera, who robbed Zach Souza an inning and a half ago, up at the plate now. Wouldn't this be something if he ends up doing some damage here for New Bedford? He's 1 for 3, a ground out, a single and a run scored, and a strikeout. Upstairs, 2-0. Lambert does not want to hit somebody now here either. That's the last thing you want. Silvera, the go-ahead run at the plate with 2 down. Dominguez at first has good speed. They are holding him on.
It's a hitter's count right here. He's got to be thinking fastball and.
Like to see a curve. No, gets the fastball. Challenge time. He swung through it, 2-1.
I think this is pretty much got to be challenge time right now. I mean, if he goes 2-2 right here, then maybe a curveball, but he's got to go at him with a fastball and just try to beat him with his best stuff.
Yeah, Lambert's done a really great job all afternoon of mixing the pitches. Even when he's been in jams, not afraid to throw off speed in any count. 2-1 here. Fastball down low. It's ball 3. And now what do you come back with another fastball? Or do we want to drop a curveball?
Nah, you got to come out. You got to come at him with a fastball. You got to challenge him and again make him beat you on your best stuff.
All right, Brad's calling fastball. I'm calling curve. Let's see what we get. It's upstairs. It's popped up. 2 strikes on the batter. New Bedford down to their last strike. And
this definitely helps out New Bedford, Eric, because Xavier Dominguez will be in, and he'll be in motion with a full count with 2 outs.
Yep, exactly.
So he might be able to score on a ball hitting the gap.
Took the words right out of my mouth, Brad. Dominguez will be off with the pitch with the full count. And 2 down here in the 7th. Tommy Lambert trying to shut down a big 3 win, a complete game win if he can get it here.
Nice
Strike 3! The Hilltoppers.
That's a big pitch.
Hold on.
That's a big pitch by Tommy Lambert right there.
That would have been strike 3 called even
absolutely,
as well.
Absolutely. He challenged him. He said, here's my fastball and go ahead and hit it if you can.
That is the 10th strikeout on the day for Tommy Lambert.
Thank you.
Thanks, Brad. Great job today. Lambert with 10 Ks. He finishes it with a great fastball. And now there's some chippiness going on here. It's been going on all afternoon. We saw New Bedford start it earlier in the game. Before the game even started, there was tension. And then Coach Olmsnyder not happy with the assistant coach for New Bedford. And now he looks to be maybe blowing off a little steam here as well. Coach Seed trying to relax him, but there's been a lot of chippiness and mouthing off from the Whalers side. And, you know, this kind of makes me think back to when New Bedford visited Durfee for boys basketball back in the winter sports, because there was plenty of tension there as well. Lots of leniency by the officials in that game. There's a lot of stuff said on the sidelines, and that was not a fun night for the Hilltoppers at the Luke Urban Fieldhouse. And now here more tensions between the Whalers and the Hilltoppers. We see Brad is out there right now. Brad's been busy here. We're trying to be AD and help us out as well. So wouldn't be Durfee New Bedford if there wasn't a little bit of tension. You see Coach Seed in the huddle with his team over there, talking to them about the loss, and also, I'm sure, giving them an earful. Again, Coach Seed, one of the classiest coaches around, so I'm sure he is talking to the team for their continuing to mouth off at Durfee. We look at Durfee now to the left. Big 3 winners for the first time this season. They are now 1-2 in the Big 3. New Bedford cannot win it outright unless, no, they cannot, because Brockton could win it outright. It'll either be a 3-way tie or Brockton will end up winning the Big 3 when it's all said and done. So thanks for tuning in today on Fred TV. We thank Brad for his time with us, getting to do a game with me. It's been a lot of fun. For Molly O'Brien and Vanessa Combs behind the camera, I'm Evan Massoud saying so long from Durfee High School.